We've got more round one action here on the Smite Draft League 3v3 Mage tournament, and we've got a bit of a surprise in the form of a world champion, Paul. I'm Anthony. I've got Nooblet with me. Let's get into these picks and bans.
I'm so excited for this. I think it goes without saying how excited we are to watch and cast a game from Paul, the two-time. I was there to watch his run with SK live in person. I'm here to watch his run in the Smite Draft League Community 3v3 Mage Tournament. And I don't know why, but I got a strange feeling like it's going to have similar results in the end.
Yeah, it's, every team that's going to go up against them is going to have a incredible challenge, but that challenge doesn't begin just in game. That challenge starts in picks and bans, because you're not going to ban out Paul no matter what you ban. So you may as well just ban what you don't want to play against and pick what you're comfortable on.
Yeah, and I will say this, there are a lot of really good players in the Smite Draft League, and if anybody could take them on, we have people here that can. Plus, this is a Joust tournament, and it's a 3v3, and everyone's mages, no defense. Anything can happen. Paul's human. I'm not familiar with his two teammates that are on this team here, but if they're friends of Paul, I'm betting they're really good. Anything happen. They have one bad fight, and you could be the one taking down the two times. So let's take a look at. I've been curious of what people would start banning. We have Stipend Goat over here banning Baron, Samedi, Afro, Kuku. I agree with those. Kuku covers an entire lane. One of my favorite gods. You don't want any healing and immunity out of Afro, and Baron can just be all up in your face, pulling people in. Huge disruption plus the healing. On the other side, Hades, Zeus, Changa. All very common gods you might see played in a joust.
Yeah, I think in the first round here, it's a lot of feeling out. It's seeing what are other teams going to value, but also looking at other games, what's going to be strong and what's going to be a difference maker. I like the early Afro pick because in almost any custom thing, especially when you can't build defense, so you're limited to a Divine Ruin, really, if you want to get any anti-heal online, a healer like Afro or even Hell could be incredibly strong. We do see a Thoth, a Vulcan, an Agni, and an Eset, so we're going to have a bit of a brawling fest here.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see the Thoth, too.
These are four wonderful picks. Historically, Thoth has been one of the best mages in Joust. You see it picked up a lot by a lot of high-end players. Vulcan, again, one of the best Joust mages, and especially with right now how Vulcan sits in the meta, you just have so much going off at all times, high damage, and ult that covers the entire lane. You can self-peel, you can leave your cannon to block off routes, you can knock people up, and knock up best CC in the game is huge. On the other side, Agni, an ult that is almost always up, can also cover the whole lane, and is a free stun. Plus the CC coming out of Eset, and a huge ult, that's going to do a lot of destruction. And an Kuang, I love me some Quangarang, and that's a sneaky pick. He is a mage, but plays like an assassin with an execute. I like that pick a lot.
I expected to see some emphasis on Mage ADC picks for the reasoning of, in particular, the Tower and the Phoenix, but I hadn't really put much thought into an AO, but that could be a big difference maker as we do see the Vulcan get locked in, and all of a sudden, it's game time. So with that, we'll see you in game. Stipend goated? We'll see if Madam Badonkadonk's got anything to say about it. I'm Anthony. He's Nooblet. Let's get in here.
So one thing we didn't talk about is the issues with Quangarang. I said I liked it in picks and bans. Here's my issue now is they're going to start up a classic red buff fight. Is that he doesn't have anything ranged. Everybody else is ranged. Kuang's not, so he has to get in face. It's going to be hard for him to farm against his team comp. A Thoth, Baba Yaga, Vulcan. So if he can get online, maybe a quick kill, he might make a huge difference here. Otherwise, I think this Quang's going to struggle.
Yeah, he's going to be relying on a lot of setup from Juicebox and Lord as we do see the minis fall and once again head over to lane. Great strategy so far from everybody. And the wave pressure goes the way of Stipend goated with some authority as they've got half their waves still thriving. And now Kuang's going to fall back to blue buff, and red buff is going to go the way of Stipend goated.
Yeah, Madam Badonkadonk is just not going to win those early clear trades. Kuang can't help a lot. Agni kind of struggles the first couple levels with clearing. Once he hits level 5 and his bombs are online, no problem at all. But he's got to get up in personal too to throw that wave out, and he's certainly not going to dash at a high caliber team like this. So I expect Stipend Goated to probably eat up a lot of this farm on the map at the very start of this game and try to push some levels.
You know, I understand why, but I've got to say I'm not the biggest fan of going Death's Toll on AO here, because I just don't think he's going to see any value from it, considering the positioning he's going to be at the entire game as big damage onto Juicebox from the way of the Thoth there, and he's going to fall back to the tower too. So we're just seeing everything go Stipend Goated's way here in the first couple minutes.
Yeah, that's a very interesting pick, Death's Toll. I can kind of see it because you're very auto-based most of the time. You get a little healing from it, but at the same time, Kuang is very mana hungry and loves cooldown, and if you throw a Sands of Time on there, your abilities are going to be hitting hard because combo, obviously the classic combo of pop your 2, hit him with the 3 and apply it, and then also use your dash in, dash out to cause damage. And that's probably going to be what you have to do, is getting aggressive in lane here.
Big ultimate from Paul, but only does damage onto Over. Thoth ultimate couldn't pick up the kill, and now we got house under tower. Yengar gets the kill onto Eset, and Paul gets the kill onto Lord with the fadeaway shot. Great kill from Stipend Goated.
Oh my god. That's so crazy that 2 minutes in, they're not afraid to just dive through tower. You have the ultimate from Baba Yaga providing a little bit of protection, and then just going in, and they can't do anything about it. They already used their dashes, and the Baba Yaga just follows them. And then what a backfire from Paul. That was full range and just lights out. That is not easy to do.
Lord finds himself the victim of a good little combo that he did not see coming. And now all of a sudden, just when they thought they could get back to lane, maybe reset and feel things out, Badonkadonks finding tons of pressure come their way, and they're on the back foot.
Did you see how quickly Stipend Goated used all of their ultimates as soon as they hit level 5? It was Vulcan ult out, hit everybody. Thoth ult immediately followed and just hit Juiceboxherooooo for 80% of his health. And then Baba Yaga ult straight in at him to clean it up. That is some aggression on another level.
And on the topic of aggression, Overtone finding himself a little bit, tries to go in on the Thoth, but ultimately doesn't even do half damage. The Vulcan ultimate might have been to make them push up, and Juicebox and Overtone get tons of damage put on top of them. But Yengar's got to fall back, but not before he gets the kill onto Overtone under tower.
I can just tell you right now, Yengar on this Baba Yaga is going to be such a nuisance this whole game and potentially the whole tournament if they move on here. You just, what can you do? You have one lane, you're already low, and now Baba Yaga lava is just following you across it and hitting hard. And it's not like you're not also dodging Thoth abilities just coming at you at full range, plus the knock up and Vulcan ults. What do you do here? How do you even handle this? Madam Badonkadonk doesn't even have a moment to breathe.
Yeah, I think like you said in the beginning, they would have needed to get a big early kill onto AO, but instead the kills are going the way of Stipend Goated as they found Juicebox vibing in the jungle and made him pay for it, and now we've got ourselves a 2v3.
Look at those wards right there. There are 3 wards from Stipend Goated in that spot that Juiceboxherooooo just walked over. How unfortunate there, and I swear as soon as these ults on Stipend Goated come up, they're gone. They've always been on cooldown the entire time. As soon as they're up, they're here to fight and to get a kill.
They find Yelena hanging out by the blue buff, but they don't do any damage, and they've got to retreat as they're pushed back to the Phoenix. They thought they had him, but they didn't. They thought wrong.
And already that tower's gone. Madam Badonkadonk is struggling to farm here. They just want Stipend Goated to go buy some items so they can get some farm on these minions, because all they're doing right now is running away. And you can't blame them. There's a lot of abilities in their face at all times.
And Overtone looks to go around the side to do some damage, but he finds that damage getting returned. He's chasing down Yelena, who's in execute range, but he's gonna purification beads the execute. The Vulcan ultimate picks him up and makes him pay. He thought he was gonna get the execute. He gets executed. Now Yengar is running under tower with house and picking up damage quick. And the tower gets the first kill for Madam Badonkadonk.
Here's all queued up. just to the right, but it does get the ages from Jukebox. Excuse me, Juicebox. I mean, I would do the same thing.
I would have done the same thing.
Without these ults have been hitting, I would have assumed it was going to hit. And what just fireworks coming out. Like I said, their ults were up. It was time to go, and they did. Paul claiming that kill in the back when Kuang tried to do Kuang things he didn't execute. He's going to go in here and actually get the kill, and Yelena lazy backing.
Yeah, Yelena thought that they were safe by the blue buff, and turns out it was quite the opposite. A stun onto Paul, but that's not going to stop them from running down Lord, as Yengar is going to pick up the kill onto Lord as his teammate Kuang goes for the minions by Bull Demon King. He's going to get away with it for now, but bit of questionable positioning, and there's the punishment I was looking for, but no! He's gonna get away with 1 HP, and now Paul finds himself down to a quarter as Juicebox was there for the protection onto Overtone.
We are just playing half-court Joust right now. That's all this is we've just been on this upper half the whole time, fighting. You saw the just raw damage coming out of the meatball and backfire from Paul, and then you saw the trust he has in Yengar there, where he went, "You got that," and just started backing. That's your kill, buddy, and let him finish it up. But look at this. We're still, I don't think we've crossed half court the other direction. Oh, ults are off cooldown. Time to use them. See you later.
Yeah, time to run it down with our ultimates. Thoth lines it up, and there it is, but doesn't quite get the kill onto Lord, but I think he should check his underpants, because he did sprint right back, even after surviving it. I don't know if he thought a ghost was going to show up or not, but he did get out of there quick, as Stipend goaded turns their attention to the Bull Demon King.
And I'm guessing Yelena plays a lot of Thoth, because that was absolute max range Thoth ult, and it still hit. Just knows that character too well. Is huge damage coming out.
Vulcan ultimate is good! OvertoneJones falls to Paul! And just like that, a Bull Demon King goes away! Double meatball! Backfire! Double kill! And now Lord's gonna get picked up in the back by Yelena, but the dash is good! But the chase is even better! Deicide for Stipend goaded!
Just beautiful mechanics all around from Stipend goaded. It is such a pleasure to see this. It's insane, and I would be losing my mind if I was against them in this tournament. Timed it so well to where they could get those kills without the Phoenix shooting at them, because they got the Bull Demon King, and here they are in the Titan room, 8.5 minutes in.
And it looks like Juicebox, Overtone, and Lord have one final defense within them. But Stipend goaded low health doesn't matter, because Eset is dead after the Thoth ultimate. And now it's a 2v3 to defend. They've been punched in the mouth over and over again. But Badonkadonk is still fighting, trying to survive. And you know what? Half mana, low health, no mana, half health. Stipend Goda doesn't care. They want the Titan kill. They're running it in circles. Round and around and around we go. Where we stop on the round 2 for Stipend Goaded.
What a fantastic game. And honestly, Badonkadonk played well, but what can you do with just an army of insane players coming at you non-stop? They had a couple late game gods in their pick, and they couldn't get there. And they played well for the most part. They got a kill for the Troubles, a facilitated kill by the Phoenix. They held their own. They did probably better than I would have against that team.
Yeah, Overtone, Juicebox, and Lord literally did the best you could possibly do when you sign up for a fun tournament looking to win some gems with your buddies and you run into a world champion. So there's really, you can't harp on them too hard, but the performances, not just from that world champion, but from Yang and Yelena were so impressive, especially Yang on that Baba Yaga. Keep an eye on that as we get forward in the tournament. But with that, we're going to leave you and we'll see you in round 2, and we'll be back on the Smite Draft League.